I was stuck at $15,000, $20,000 months with my coaching business for a while. I thought I was doing everything right, but I was still stuck. And then I changed this one thing and we hit an $86,000 month just 6 months later. And in this video, I want to break down the exact system that got me unstuck and how you can use it to break through in your coaching business as well. Let's get into it. So I wanted to take a second and just before I get into the training, I just want you to imagine what it would be like if every month you knew exactly how much you were going to earn. If you did not sell anybody else, if you knew whether it's 5,000, 10,000, 50,000, 100,000, and I just want you to think about like, what is that number for you? What is the next milestone for you? And then I want you to put it on a timeline. Okay. A lot of people, there's a great quote. I think it's, what is his name? Tony Robbins. I think he said this, but it's like, we grossly overestimate what we can do in 1 year and we grossly underestimate what we can do in 10. But I think, and I know this because this is what I did, and it's, there's lots of big claims out there, but I really do think if you're an expert, if you have a skill, then anybody with a skill set can go from 0 to a 50K per month coaching business in 4 years or less. But I'm just saying, like, it takes time to build all of the things. It takes time to get the confidence to charge what you're worth. It takes time to build out the systems. And lots of people do it in less time. But if you're starting from scratch and you gave yourself 4 years, and you knew that if you just stuck with it and you committed to it for 4 years, would you go on that journey? Would you do it? All right? Because I can tell you that inside of this journey, yes, you'll make money, you'll create more freedom, but you're going to have to become, if you've never done this before, you're going to have to become an entirely new version of yourself. Because going from here to here, there's only 5 things that are going to block you at any given time. And we know how to unblock those, but I'm going to show you what they are right now. And right now, I'm going to help you make progress just by watching this video. Because I'm going to help you do something that you need to learn as an entrepreneur, which is understanding where the bottleneck is in your business and then directing all your focus towards that bottleneck. Okay, one of the biggest challenges for online coaches and experts is that they get overwhelmed trying to do everything all at once. But you only need to figure out what's the one bottleneck in your business and then solve that problem and then create the next bottleneck. And there's only ever going to be 5. So let's play a little game. At the bottom of this chart, this also goes in terms of level of importance, okay? At the foundation of your business is you. So it's self-leadership. It's your ability to give yourself a command and follow it. It's your energy. It's your level of experience and expertise, right? Your authority, your self-authority, all right? And so if you gave yourself, let's do it this way: green light, yellow light, red light, all right? So for each of these, you just give yourself a grading. Am I green light? Like, I got good energy, I'm vibing, I'm an expert, I feel confident, I'm clear on what I'm going after, right? Or I'm not, in which case it's a red, in which case that's the area to focus. Okay, the next thing is your signature offer. Your offer is the heart of your entire business. Everything stems from the offer. If you aren't excited about your offer, if you aren't clear about your offer, if you're not charging enough and it feels like a pain to sell your offer, what are you? Green, yellow, or red? Okay. Next is, Next is your skill set. Okay, I want you to think about your building an online business requires some skills: sales skills, copywriting skills, content, systems, and leadership. All right. And so how would you rate your skills of online marketing, like the entrepreneurial skill set? A lot of experts that we work with are experts in their field. They are not experts at being an entrepreneur. And if you're not, then you got to learn the skills. Okay. And then the next is your systems. Scale of red, yellow, green. What are you? How would you rate your systems? Do you have a flow? Are you able to, do you think in terms of systems? Do you have free time? Would be a way of gauging how your systems are. And then lastly is like, do you have a strategy for getting clients? And a lot of people, online business coaches, they're selling these two things. But those are just two things, like two small pieces of the puzzle. If your energy is off or your offer is off, it doesn't matter how good the strategy is or the system is. It's only going to work to the degree of your own self-leadership and your own quality of the offer. Okay, so you can go through this and just be like, I'm green, I'm red here, and I'm red here, and I'm yellow here, and I'm yellow here, and I'm green here. All right, and then if you looked at this for yourself, which areas are there to focus on right now then? Right? And so this is how you identify it. Now, what I'm going to talk about in this training is I am just going to talk about these two things. When I work with clients, we address all of them. But what I'm sharing with you here today is basically a strategy and a system for getting clients and building a business model that is fun, can scale, is simple. All right. And so we've kind of cracked the code, and we cracked it with school ads. And I'll give you, let me show you this, because basically this happened a little bit by accident. Previous to this, I had my business on Facebook until I got banned. All right. So I got banned, and our income just started to go down because all my revenue was coming from Facebook. And so I decided to do two things. One is we went over to Instagram and started running ads. So we did IG ads. And then I started a school community. All right. And we went from, we went all the way up to $86,000 from November to May. So in about 6 months, we were doing about 20 grand a month here. And by switching from Instagram and school, in 6 months, we scaled it all the way up to $86,000. Now, that was not monthly recurring revenue. That was like, we were selling that. So we were generating that. And there's a big difference between $86,000 one time versus $86,000 in monthly recurring revenue. All right. And so the monthly recurring is something that happened after this. Okay. And so here were some myths, some things that mindsets that maybe you have that I had when I was starting this. Okay. Ads are expensive. You got to be successful organically first. And people won't engage on school. When I started on school, which is almost 2 years ago, it's like nobody knew about school. Now everybody knows about school. But we've been on here, we're like an OG on the platform. And I thought, let's do this. Ads are expensive. Nope. You can start with $5 a day. And that's exactly what we did. I think we started with $10 a day. Okay, you have to be successful organically first. We were to some degree, but if I could go back in time, I would just start with ads as quick as possible because it's faster and you learn quicker. And if you don't have an audience and you need an audience, just pay to get your stuff seen in front of people. It's and start with where you're at. It's way quicker. All right. And then people won't engage on school. Well, I don't have any posts on any other platform with this kind of engagement. Okay. These are just from in our community. These are just the first, few that are in our community. Tons of engagement. And unlike Instagram, where you post a reel and then it just dies 2 days later and you got to constantly post. I have posts from 2 years ago that are still getting traction and engagement. So the life of a post is significantly longer, which thank God. Okay. So what are the steps for actually launching a school ad? Okay. So this is what the steps are. Number 1, you need to create an offer. Then number 2, you create a school community. Number 3, you install a pixel into the school community. It's super simple. It takes 2 minutes. You create an ad, you launch an ad, you say hello to people who join, you help them for free greatest marketing of hack of all time. Show people you can actually help them by helping them for free in advance. And then guess what? They'll be like, thank you. Yeah. That you can show them your services. Okay. And then you make offers to those people that you just helped for free. This is it. Okay. That's how complicated this system really is. Now, let's talk about also the fact that we live in this crazy world with AI. And so things that used to be complicated, things that used to take 6 months, literally would take me 6 months to build out campaigns and emails and all the things, can now be done in 6 minutes. Okay, so ads are simple, especially with AI. And just in case there's anybody else in here, this was from Myro, who shared this, has reservations about AI. And when I read that, I was reminded of this quote by Eric Hoffer. In times of change, learners inherit the earth while the learned find themselves beautifully equipped to deal with a world that no longer exists. AI is here. It is transforming industries fast. And I would highly recommend that we learn how to use it and implement it, and also be aware of the ethical implications of it. But it's not going anywhere. So this is a tool that you most certainly want to learn, and you got to learn it now. Okay. This is going fast. Okay. And so this is the ad strategy. Okay. So we do a couple pictures that look like this. All right. These are the ads that we have right now. Maybe you've even seen these. Okay. And they just all say, go check out our school. And then we don't have any funnels or anything like crazy with funnels. We literally just have an about page of our school community, and this converts. This is actually up to 13% now, but these are the numbers, okay? Now, this is crazy. If you've run ads before, like this is wild, okay? So it cost me $11 to get somebody into the community, which is like high. I would love to have a lower cost per lead, but here's how I know that they're quality. Out of the 70 people who joined my community, 11 of them booked appointments, which means I'm getting people on my calendar, qualified people, because you have to answer questions to come into the community, qualified people for $75 on my calendar. All right. And basically, and then they have the data right inside of school, very simple platforms to understand. It's like, if I know that 10% of the people who look at this about page will opt in, and then I know that better than 10%, but let's just say 10%, this is more like 15, will book in a phone call because of the way that I've set up my system. That's a very predictable system in itself. Forget the monthly recurring revenue, just in terms of like an ad strategy. Very predictable and very simple to set up. It's a post and it's an about page. Stupid simple. All right. So big picture, here's how it works. All right. This is the free school community, and you have organic. There's two ways to get, like, you have to get traffic, and you get traffic into your free school community with organic or paid. We primarily focus with paid. Okay. They come in and they go through a little welcome sequence. There's some emails that go, there's some chat messages that go, and this is what it is. Okay. So you have to attract, and then you nurture, and then you convert, and then you deliver, and then you scale. All right. And so the free school community is what bridges the gap and helps people get to know, like, and trust you very quickly. Okay. And then you convert with one of these 5 mechanisms. If you're just starting, you just do this. Just do a coaching call. Hey, welcome to the community. Want to hop on an onboarding call? But then you can sell by chat, you can sell through emails, you can sell through workshops, and you can sell with retargeting ads. But this is a very simple system to set up. And if you look, like, just for numbers, let's say it costs you $5 to $20 to get somebody into the community. That would mean it would cost you $50 to $200 to book a call, which means it would cost you $250 to $1,000 to acquire a client. You do the math. If you're, whatever your program is, if it's $3,000 and you're getting clients for anywhere in between here, you win, right? Would you pay $1,000 to make $3,000? I would. Our numbers are better than that, but this is just an example. Okay, so what are the steps for this? Simple. use AI to flesh out your offer. And then from that offer, so we have an entire module that has AI understand your offer intimately, and then becomes your marketing assistant to help you write ads, write emails, write all your copy. It's a huge hack. So you ask AI to write your ads based on the info that you've fed it. You edit your ads for your language so it feels like you. Okay, then you create a couple Canva images. You run some ads directly to your school community, and then you optimize your about page and your flow of people coming into your world, you providing value, and then you convert them into your program. Okay. And like of all of these, here's one of the best, like the coolest, like hacks is when you learn the skill. A lot of these are the skills, right? So these are the skills that take time. The system doesn't take too long to build out, right? But the skills and the confidence is and the audience is what takes time. Okay. So, but let me last point I want to make here is I want to talk about selling by chat, because this is such a great skill that when you learn it, it's just a huge unlock. And then when you learn it and you can teach it to somebody else, then you can scale and have like real freedom. All right. So perhaps some of these myths exist in your mind, or like, little memes like, I don't want to do cold DMs. I am not talking about that. Anybody that you DM, like this is a really bad way to do business. Cold DMs. It works, but it's like a numbers thing. But there's a big difference between you sending a cold DM to a random stranger versus somebody coming into your store or your school community and then saying, hey, how can I help you? Right? Do you feel the difference? It's very different. Okay. High ticket offers need face-to-face, or like be on a Zoom call or need a call. They do not. We close $12,000 regularly without sales calls because we've created an ecosystem, and that doesn't happen overnight, but it can most certainly happen. Okay. And then chatting takes too long, which is just only if you don't have the skill and you don't have a flow. Okay. We have a flow. We have generated hundreds of thousands of dollars doing it. And I'm just going to give you the flow right now. Okay. So this is what has to happen in a chat conversation. And by the way, this is the same way that you book appointments, whether you're selling, like you're either selling an appointment or you're selling your services. And it goes like this. First, you engage with them. That looks like, hey, John, how you doing? And then you connect with them and you have some rapport. And you ask very easy questions like, did you join the community because you're looking to launch or you're looking to scale? Did you join the community because you have gut health issues, or were you looking to optimize your health? And just this or that questions, very simple. You build momentum, you build rapport. Most people suck at this part, which is the transition between connecting with people and then being able to transition to talk about what it is you do. And this is where it takes a bit of a skill, but then you're basically asking, hey, can I ask you a few more questions to see if I can help? That's the magic question. If you do, then you can assess whether or not you can help them. And once you ask a few questions, you'll be able to understand their situation, what their challenges are, and then you can frame what it is you do against their situation and show them the value. And then you invite them to take the next step, whatever that is, which is likely book a call or enroll in your program. But this is the flow. Okay. There's 5 steps. You can learn it. It's way easier than Spanish. And this is like the sell by chat flow. I'm not going to go into it, but like I'm just showing you, this is one of the skills that if you learn is a big unlock. Okay. So what are the steps to setting that up? You set up your welcome sequence. You script your chat flow. In the beginning, you just coach people in chat and book appointments. And then as you build some assets like resources like this video here or other and people are in your content ecosystem with emails and ads and content, that's when you need calls less and less because they're consuming and meeting you without your time. All right. And then you can train somebody to do this for you and get a ton of time back once you have built a system around this. Okay. So that's what I wanted to share with you today, and just like recapping, like this really is the big unlock. And it's such a simple system that if you're a real expert, you can do this and we can help you do it.